Warning! The following show may contain strong language, as well as other content that may not be suitable for a younger audience. The show may also contain spoilers for any and all anime and manga, so please ensure you check the description below for the relevant spoiler warnings. Thanks for watching, Olga. My god, that was a really offensive joke, Manimal. There's no way that's making air. But we started the show now.
I am offended and hurt by you, my friend. I never thought you would turn on me like this.
I'm sorry, but you guys are just frickin' Munja cakes that I've had enough of it.
I'm a Munja cake. I'm sorry for being a Munja cake. But I'm also sorry. I'm also sorry for starting the show because it's about that time. I don't know where I was going with that. I was going into a cul-de-sac with no road to go and traverse down. But anyway.
Hey, you think you have it bad. I just logged in and I'm called a Munja cake?
Yeah, that's exactly what you are. You're
horribly offensive, I think.
Munja cake has a long history of racial connotations. It goes all the way back to 5 minutes ago.
That's my word. You can't use that word. Only we can use that. Us cake people. Us Munjas.
Proud Munjas, yep.
Munja. Calling someone a Munja does sound like some kind of racial slur, no? You fucking Munja.
From like a weird alternate, like 1856 or something.
Yeah, back in 1856. I remember that time.
Get out of here, you filthy Munja. Oh, I don't like it. It's
a slur for like one very specific county in Ireland.
Oh.
That's one of those fantasy slurs. Like, did you just call that dwarf a Munja?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, they say it all the time in their dwarf songs, but if you're singing along, I don't think you can.
Man, dwarf rap would be so good, though.
Freaking dwarf rap.
Dwarf
all they sing about is like, I'm short. Don't you know?
It's all about being short, like liking money, because
exactly. What does most rap talk about nowadays? Women,
loving gold.
Riches.
They need that gold.
And now
cars.
Yeah.
You guys got that Runite full I can buy with 50G.
They also like rapping about being from nothing while having like rich fathers or whatever.
Yeah.
So
rags to riches. So it's riches, which dwarfs love, and beer, which dwarfs also love. So essentially they are custom built. If any fantasy race would be rappers, it's going to be the dwarfs.
And man, would elves be like harp players and do like...
Yeah, elves would be high society. Elves are the white people in the fantasy world. They're always very pale.
They're making some gospel music and stuff like that.
Dwarfs live in the mountains, in the dirt. Oh my god, we discovered it. I'm not saying all dwarfs are black people, I'm just... The parallels are there.
The parallel, yeah, we're figuring it out.
You know what I mean?
This is our kick and intro. Do you guys like dwarf talk? Well, I hope you're ready for the rest of this episode.
Who doesn't like dwarf talk?
Honestly,
welcome to Dwarf Talk with the Manga Raiders.
I'm still trying to figure out. I'm still trying to figure out who doesn't like dwarf talk. Because if you don't like dwarf talk, I'll come to your door and I'll say you're entitled to your own opinion, and I accept it. Goodbye.
This week on Dwarf Talk, what's the deal with rubies?
I don't know. I don't like rubies. I like emeralds.
Controversial opinions here on Dwarf Talk.
There you go. But anyway, let's shelve Dwarf Talk. Let's shelve it, because we're not the Dwarf Raiders, we're the Manga Raiders, and we're going to talk about some manga and anime and all that kind of shizzle.
Yeah, we sure are.
My name is Simon, better known as Vacant. This is episode 163 of The Happy Hour. To my virtual left, as always, he is the Canadian Stadium. It's Manimal.
I am a guy with the face of an elementary school student and an unbelievable F-cup, and I've lately been, people know me for my unbelievable F-cup.
He has just the best tits. You should have seen him when he was in KC.
Not tits.
Yeah, you guys.
Tit. He said F-cup, singular.
Oh, he has one singular F-cup.
You guys.
The other's more of a B situation.
I remember the first night, and we have Vacant over there. He was trying to do some freaking.
He was licking up and down and sucking on your one big titty.
Guys, you should have seen the secret footage available on our Patreon for $50 donors.
Well, let's be honest. If you were in my shoes and you were you'd flown halfway across the world, and because I've seen two titties before. I've even seen 3 in Total Recall, but I ain't never seen one big one.
Yeah,
so,
you guys, if you go to patreon.com/MangaRadersHappyHour, you guys donate $50 a month, you get the secret videos from KC that only you can see. And if you upload them on another site, I'll be mad.
Just like my report card, I got 1 B and 1 F. Just like my report card, my parents aren't disappointed with my life choices. Available now on Patreon. It's Dwarf Talk. Please support our podcast.
Yeah, we got, for our $20 Patreons, you get Dwarf Talk. So subscribe. Give me money. I'm not going to use the money for anything else but buying photo books and Jpop albums, by the way.
I mean, there's worse things for you to spend it on, admittedly. Like, I don't know about... If I donate to someone on Patreon, I'm not expecting them to use it on work-related stuff. Just spend it on whatever.
Yeah.
Food, probably.
Yeah. Treat yourself. You want to buy a pack of cigarettes, buy a pack of cigarettes.
I will go on Clips for Sale and buy clips legally with your Patreon money.
Anyway, that's Manimal. To his left, it is the canvas from Kansas. It's Coryn.
The what from Kansas? The canvas? Like the painting?
Canvas. Yeah.
That doesn't make any goddamn sense.
Neither did Canadian Stadium, but, you know, they rhyme.
Yes. But canvas and campus barely rhyme.
Close enough. And finally...
All right, it's me. Hello.
Last but not least, he's returning. A fan favorite. He's the hoe seeker from Topeka. It's Nairbons.
It's me, Flintbeard. Now, be honest, fellas. If your daughter brought home an orc, what would you do?
We're going
Tonight
to
on
line
Dwarf
number
Talk,
3.
we're tackling the big words.
Guys,
big green boys.
On this
number
podcast,
3, you're on the phone.
Hi, this is caller number 3. I'm really interested in intrigued
You
in this
smell like
topic.
an elf. Hang up, please.
Oh, shit. I always knew it'd be this way.
This has been Dwarf Talk.
Could I be the ethnically diverse one because I have an elvish wife? And I'm like, I can say the slurs, it's okay.
Legally, we were required to have ethnic diversity among the Elf Talk crew, so yes.
I don't know that we can allow the kobolds to say Munja. That is our word. Although the NAADP may not want anyone to say it.
I'm a level 50 paladin orc of the Wapino clan, and I do not give you permission to call me a Munja.
Was that?
That's our word.
Was that a play on the word wop?
Of course. I think they take great pride when we call them a Munja.
See, I think
they feel included in our culture.
See, Wapino is like, I would say is like the feminine version of WAP. Although I looked it up on Urban Dictionary and it referred to it, and like, cause it said it was like
Filipino, half
that's what it says on Urban Dictionary.
Wapina.
But previously I've never heard anybody refer to it like that. But like, it's just like Wapino, like it's just like a female version of WAP. But
because you say the word WAP like as if it's nothing whatsoever, but like because no one ever says it here. It sounds really offensive. Like, it sounds like a dead offensive word.
I mean, maybe it was bad in, like, 19-something or other America, but, like, I don't know.
Damn wop. It's like I'd put it up there with, like, if someone was calling a Jewish person, like, a kike or something. Like, you know, I'm like, that's a bad word.
Nowadays, people are just like, whatever, spaghetti and pizza and shit and Godfather.
Maybe because Italians are cool. Take that, Jewish people. You're not cool. Nah, look at all
the Jews are pretty cool. They got some good stuff.
Guys,
tried their flatbreads?
What would we be without bagels as a society? Like, let's be honest, bagels are one of the best foods of all time.
Look, man, I'm convinced that bagels are the only reason aliens haven't wiped us out yet.
Goldberg, Bill Goldberg was Jewish, and I love him.
Bagel is the perfect invention. Like, why is there a hole in it? I don't freaking know, but like, it makes it taste
because
better.
You gotta twist it, man. Gotta twist it.
Can I make a confession, guys?
Please.
I've tried bagels. Not a fan. They're just
no.
Great.
Now hold on, motherfucker. You say you've tried bagels, but what kind of bagels have you tried?
Like, you know, a bagel, like around the bagel.
There's like bagels are a wide variety of thing. They're like a pizza. They're not just one thing.
You got
Like, what's
everything
that,
on
on
it.
bagel?
Donuts,
Was there schmear on it? Was there toasted?
You got the cinnamon bagel. You got the raisin bagel. You got the poppy seed bagel. You got the cheese bagel. You got the chocolate bagel.
It had seeds on it. It was just like, I was like, I'd rather have had, like, a roll, a bread roll.
But did you have schmear?
What the fuck is schmear?
Yeah,
Cream
what
cheese.
is that?
Like cream cheese.
Yeah, cream cheese. Yeah.
No. I'd rather
see,
suck
that's
my own
the problem.
dick than
You
eat
need
cream
schmear.
cheese. Other
Bagels
than
are
cheesecake.
good, but the disappointment of, oh, that's the silhouette of a donut. Oh, no, it's a bagel.
Yeah,
That's always going to be fresh.
Oh, I love donuts.
They're different moods. There really are different moods.
Bagel is like,
Bagel
you
and a
could,
donut.
guys, if I woke up and I had
Donut
my...
is a good mood. Bagel is just, I guess it's morning.
I will
Yeah.
not take this bagel slander.
Like,
There's
if I
it's
woke
a
up...
beautiful world of bagels out there. You're just not prepared for it.
Maybe.
I don't want to be. I'd rather be prepared for a donut. That's my whole point.
But, like, you wouldn't, like, if I woke up and I had my coffee and a donut, I would feel like, what am I doing in life? If my breakfast was a donut, I would be like, this is...
You had a donut as a breakfast when we were in Kansas. I'm sure you did.
We went to
Yeah,
Dunkin'
I
Donuts.
bought a dozen donuts.
He
I
did
bought a dozen
bitch
donuts,
the whole
and they
time
gave
we were
me
in Dunkin' Donuts.
I don't think... Oh, no, I was there. I was going to say, I'm pretty certain I haven't had a donut for breakfast ever. I was in the same place that you did, so
Yeah.
never mind.
I went to the great little Casey place, Lamar's Donuts, and I bought a dozen donuts, and they gave me 20 donuts. That's how
Shout
we
out-
do.
Good as shit.
Shout out to Lamar's Donuts, I remember.
They were
you.
good. They were damn good.
Fine donuts.
I
They were
took a
tasty-ass
picture.
donuts.
Nothing better than walking into that place at like 9 a.m. and just getting yourself a couple donuts.
Yeah.
Loved a good donut. Anyway, where were we? Oh yeah, we'll shelve Dwarves and Donuts for now. Dwarves and Donuts either coming soon.
Dwarves and Donuts is definitely the name of like my next song.
But speaking of your songs and your music and your contributions to the world in general, Manimal, what have you been up to this last week?
I got a big list, so you guys better get ready for me to talk about everything.
Okay. Remember, we've got a lot to get through in this show, so
We have a topic. We've
already fucked
people a
around
topic.
enough.
I literally don't give a shit. So my
I
first
know what
topic
that
of
topic
discussion.
is.
So my first topic of discussion is I started recording my 17th album. 4 songs in. We got February album writing month, fom.com. You can check it out. Write 40 songs, 28 days. So I've been doing that. I got some exciting songs. Trying to get some Bish elements in there because I'm a big fan of Bish. And I've got super into Bish in the last couple months, even though I've loved them for a couple of years now. But, so we're doing that. Getting into I got some old records, got some 50s country. It's pretty like, you listen to one album and you listen to another and you're like, this is the same album. But there's some good stuff in there. I got a Lithuanian-Canadian folk album the other day, which is probably one of the most fantastic things I've ever gotten in my life. Like, just imagine the wonders of a Lithuanian folk album recorded in Toronto. Like, it's really fantastic. I can't wait to hear this album. I'm sure it's great. I'm sure it's one of the best albums of all time. Like, it has to be. There's a new album out by the Peggies. They did the opening song to Bunny Girl, Kimi no Se, and I've liked the Peggies since they made the song Love in the Tokyo, which was really quite a fantastic song. This album's
just
pretty
imagining Peggy Hill from King of the Hill, but like a bunch of them
No,
dressed as Japanese school,
Just
those
for
Japanese
Peggies.
idols.
good. No, the Peggies are a 3-piece J-rock band. This album's pretty good. It's pretty solid. I like the whole record, dude. There's a lot of good songs. It was a little like, there wasn't a lot of variety, but it was still a pretty good album. Gang Parade have a new album. It's not really that good. And there's a new idol punk group called Lost in My Cult. They still got to develop a bit because their sound it's not very unique, and they brand themselves as a punk group, but their music is just more like standard J-rock. So we'll have to see where they go with time. And what else was there? Oh, I got really mad at British people this week.
Hey, you step back, son.
Do tell.
I ordered the Smiths debut on Discogs because it hasn't been available on Amazon for a while, so I really wanted to get this album because I love the Smiths, and the debut album has a song Hand That Rocks the Cradle, which is one of their best. It's their second best song. And I had to order it off Discogs off some guy. I had the chance to get it in KC for like $30 for an original pressing. I really regret not buying that. That was at the terrifying weed and sex store that we went to now. I had the chance to buy the Smiths debut.
Sounded like you had a good time. You didn't tell us about that.
It was an original pressing of the album. I really regret not buying it, but so I bought it.
Christmas is coming soon. So, just send me your address. It's fine.
Okay, but I already have the debut. But we'll wait till Christmas. But now I have it. So I bought it a British guy. So when it came in, I was listening to it, having a good time, and I was like, "Hey, I'm gonna flip it over, and this charming man is gonna play." And no, it was still ill. So I got really mad at British people. I was like, frick, I got the British pressing. These frickin' idiots can't even put the second best song on the album. I sent an angry message to the group chat, and then I realized that no record version has this charming man on it.
Within minutes, like it was less than like 2 minutes, he sent this huge rant about British people. Fuck Britain, blah, 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 blah. And then no sooner than you typed it, you go, actually, never mind. It's not the guy's fault. I retract everything.
Well, I was just angry that it didn't have this charming man on it, but we're all good now. On Sunday, I was playing Frogger 2 on the PS1 and listening to Elvis's Gospel album while drinking Powerade. I thought that was just something that was really worth noting. I thought it was really quite fantastic.
That sounds like one of my best days of high school.
Oh, that album, amazing. But Frogger 2, not an amazing game. I don't really know why I bought it. It's such a kid's game that I just stopped playing it. I played Smash Ultimate at my friend's place. There was a bunch of us that were over. I was playing the game, playing as only Lucina because Lucina is who I made in the game and pretty much the only character that I play as. And I thought that it was fun. It's like the last game, but a little bit better. I'm not a major Smash player or anything, so it's not like I'm going to notice all the differences. Like, I was playing on the Switch controller, which is the first time I've done that, and it was really weird because you have this new sense of freedom when you use the Switch things because you're like, I can just put my hands anywhere I want. You can put one in your pocket, you can put one over there, you can cross your arms, you can do anything when you're holding these controllers,
Oh, like the two halves.
Yeah. And you can, it's actually pretty cool. I actually liked playing with the gamepad on the Wii U. I thought that it worked pretty well for me. But, it was interesting, and I thought the game was alright. I finally got Rogue Squadron on the N64, which is a game that I've been looking for a long time, because I used to play it on the PC. That's that Star Wars game where you fight in the ships and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It has the amazing Death Star trench level, which I played so many times. And now I gotta play through this game just to get there. The game actually, it holds up fairly well for a game from 96, I think. Like, there are some elements that are like flying games are annoying when you gotta circle around all the time to kill all the enemies, and you're like, okay, now I gotta circle around again and all that. But,
there's never been a fun take down an AT-AT flying circles.
Literally never has that been fun. Like, not a single time. But this game was pretty great, and I was playing it again, and I was like, it's not that bad. My NES review of the week will be on the game Section Z, which is an early Capcom game. You play as a cool space guy, and you invade a space base. Like any NES game, it's hard. And there's a lot of... it's one of those games where, it's just a shoot 'em up, but you shoot from, both directions, so you hit one button, and it hits one way, one button the other way. It's alright. It's not that bad. Simple as that. My restaurant review this week. Well, I kind of want to talk about the Chinese place because they spelled my name correctly with a K and not with a C. So I was really happy about that. So I gave the girl a $4 tip just because of that. Usually I drop them a $2 or something like that. But I was like, you spelled my name right. I'm giving you $4. And I went back.
I thought you didn't tip.
No, well, I mean, I tip, but not a whole lot. You don't
tip Americans, I see.
No. Okay, I did that at IHOP by accident, but usually I'll tip for me a tip is $1 or $2. But if you spell my name right and you're a real cute girl, I'll give you a little
more. No, I see.
What we're getting to is that Manimal is both a poor and sexist tipper.
No, I'm just saying if you spell my name right, you're nice. I also had steak for the first time in forever. I don't really like steak, despite being the man who made The Tragedy of Mr. Steak. I'm not
like steak
because it tastes like water. It tastes like water.
What?
I had the steak and I was like, I was like,
You've
great,
had
this is...
nothing but bad steaks, you
Was it
poor
Ford?
man.
I mean, it was like prime rib, maybe? No, it wasn't.
Never had a steak that tastes like water.
I don't know. I was just
Or
like...
if it does taste like water, I want some
I mean,
Canadian
I guess if it's a
water
prime
right
rib,
now.
it'd be a ribeye steak.
Ribeye, maybe. I was just like, this tastes like... I wish it was... I should have got it like crispier and stuff than medium rare, because I was like, this tastes like meat water. I don't know.
You're very strange in your taste, I think.
Like, I'd rather have chicken balls. You know, just straight up.
I think maybe Canadians just have bad beef.
Or their water just tastes like beef.
Maybe.
You know, one or the other could be the case. I started watching Tidying Up on Netflix, and I thought that it shouldn't be a Netflix show. This is something that they should air on, like, TLC, because it's definitely, like, one of those...
Marie Kondo thing?
Yeah.
Maria Kondo?
Yeah, like, this is...
the one where everyone's, like, watching so they can throw away their extra crap they've built up over the years.
Yeah, like, this is a show, this is like a TLC show, like, it shouldn't be on Netflix, and you shouldn't binge watch this show either. To me, I despise binge watching culture. I don't watch Netflix shows, but I was just like, I'll watch this show, whatever. So I watched a couple episodes today, it was pretty decent. Although, again, it's just one of those shows that you, like, put on and you're like, okay. You know, like, it's not really meant to binge because it's very formulaic. Every episode is just goes through the same thing.
You don't have to binge it. Like, it's not there for a finite amount of time. You just watch it at your leisure.
But, you know, you watch it, like, you know, I'm already, like tidy enough in some regards, but I think that it's enjoyable. You watch it, you have a good time, you know, stuff like that. So I did that. What else? I think that's about all I have to say. I think that was, like, a lot to say, really.
You powered through that. You
did better than you usually do, so we good.
Yeah, that's you know, it's just a week of stuff like that, you know, just getting through and doing other stuff that is hopefully not shit.
You've made me thirsty for steak water.
Yeah, I gotta get that. Honestly, that's what I thought it tasted like. I was like, this is good steak water. Like, it wasn't bad. Like, I didn't think that it tasted bad, but I didn't really think that it tasted like anything, to be entirely honest.
I think you've just had nothing but bad steaks in your life. I think that's really what it is.
Man, I haven't eaten steak since then in over a decade. So that was like the first time in such a long time that I even had steak.
Just tell me you didn't put ketchup on it.
No way! Why would I do something that's savage?
I don't know, man. There's people who get steaks well done and put ketchup on it, and they're monsters.
Yeah, like, you're literally be destroying the entire taste of everything if you did something like that. You'd be a complete animal. I'd have to fight you back in the alleyway if you did that.
Oh, man, I do my steaks right, man. Basted with butter and medium rare.
I will fight you behind the husky if you put ketchup on steak.
Fair enough. On that note,
I
Coryn,
won't, by the way, I don't feel like it.
Have you been fighting anyone behind the husky? And if not, what have you been doing with your time then?
I haven't been fighting anyone behind anything, but I have been drinking a lot and eating very poorly, which means there's a deadline at work. So that's that. I'm basically working a lot. But also, this last weekend, I went to my college town, Manhattan, Kansas. We went there a little bit. And I saw my uncle, hung out with my uncle. He lives in that particular town. Got to know him during college, so I went there and I hung out to him. And we drank and we ate and we drank and we ate. And then we drank some more.
His name is probably Larry.
It's not Larry.
Shit.
But I did something bad, and it's related to bourbon.
Bourbon-related injury.
It's not an injury. Well, it kind of is, and it's again nobody got hurt. But I'm hurt personally. What I did is my uncle and I like to drink bourbon, so we went out there. We got lunch first, and then we went to a liquor store to pick up a bottle of bourbon. And there is a brand I tend to like, which is called Buffalo Trace. And I went there to pick it up, and I saw it there, but they only had like the really, really big bottles you can buy, because it's still a bourbon that's cheap enough that you can buy big bottles of it.
Yeah.
But then I looked at it, and I was holding it in my hands, and it was like however much it was. And then I looked over, and on sale is a much nicer bourbon, the kind of bourbon that only comes in one bottle size. And I thought, you know what? It's on sale. It's a real nice bourbon. I'm here with my uncle. I haven't seen him in a while. I might as well splurge a little bit and get what would basically be the same amount of money exchange, but for less and nicer bourbon. So I did that, and it was the best bourbon I ever had in my goddamn life. And now I'm back here, drinking on the other bourbon brand that I have been buying, and realizing it doesn't even fucking hold up.
Oh, I thought you were going to say you dropped that shit.
Now you realize how I feel when I eat pierogies and ribs.
I'm sorry. Point is, after I finish this bourbon, and after I finish, because I still have a part of the bottle I bought in Manhattan with me, once I finish that, I gotta go out and buy, like, a case of Natty Light or something. Like the shittest beer I can find. I have to reset. I have to go back to basics. And build myself back up so I can appreciate this good bourbon again. Even though it's not the best bourbon I've ever had. Because I can't spend $50 every time I want to get bourbon. It wasn't $50. It was on sale. So I didn't spend $50. I'm not crazy, but, you know.
I know what you mean. Now you've tasted the best.
I've tasted the sweetest fruits, and now I know I can't always.
You don't want to go back to
just
okay.
Exactly. I know exactly how you feel.
When you've been to the top of the mountain, it hurts all the more when you're back down.
I know exactly, especially that one of my friends is going to go to BC and eat those freaking pierogies. I hate him.
Ah,
go with him.
Yeah, I'm going to go with him just for that. Hey, you remember me?
You would. I wouldn't be surprised.
That's the only reason I go to BC is to eat those.
Isn't Vancouver in BC?
Yeah, but it's there, and this restaurant.
There's got to be some good stuff in Vancouver.
Yeah, there's probably something to look at, sure, but the pierogies, that's all I'd care about.
Anyway, that's basically my week. I hung out with my uncle. I drank a lot. I tried a really good bourbon, and now it ruined other bourbons for me.
Aww.
But I always know. But the point is, I know of a very good bourbon now. If I ever need to get like a nice gift for somebody.
Or to treat yourself during the holidays. You can have a nice ass bourbon. It's probably not the brand name, but you know.
It's Woodford Reserve.
I've heard of that. Do we have that
my
here?
My boss has a bottle of it. So, and my boss makes a lot more money than I do. So.
You know it's good. Yes, we do have this here.
It's very good. I mean, I just got like the generic version of it, but it's a very good bourbon.
I feel like it's a lot cheaper here. At least if this is the right one, I've just sent you a quick one. That's 20 quid for 70 CL.
70? What's a CL?
Cubic liter? I don't know.
That doesn't translate.
I don't know how many milliliters this is. It might be 700 milliliters? I don't know. 70 CL.
Say was 32.
700. There we go.
Okay, yeah, that's what I got, and I paid $32, and it was on sale for I forget how much off. So it is slightly cheaper.
Yeah.
I mean, right now it sounds like it's been discounted.
Yeah, it's on offer. They're having a big sale.
If it wasn't discounted, it would be more than I paid. But actually probably equivalent now that I think about it, because I paid 32 American dollars. This is 32 pounds regular. And mine was discounted a bit. Not like crazy, but it was discounted. I think it's probably like a $40 barrel of bourbon.
It's not a bad bourbon, no. You've got it in mind.
Very nice. I'm sure there's much better bourbons, but it just makes me be wary about trying other good bourbons.
The official drink of this happy hour of episode 163 is the Woodford Reserve Bourbon. There we go. Because I'm drinking water, so I'm not having alcohol. So there we go. That's the official sponsor for today's show. Free plug. Get in touch, lawyers of there.
Please sponsor us.
I'd rather drink Kool-Aid Jammers.
Kool-Aid Jammers. Right, well, since you weren't fighting anyone round the back of the Huskies, you're the last person we're turning to. You've not been here a while. You've been up to some interesting things, I believe. Tell me you've done something behind the back of something.
I went to Disney World, which
not
is behind the back of Orlando.
Yay!
Orlando.
Yeah, which is America's Wang, Florida.
Man,
I've never heard that.
You guys
have you seen a map? It's America's Wang.
Yeah.
You guys need to go get a timeshare in Florida. Otherwise, what are you doing?
Because that's what I was thinking
Texas
of when you said
is like the dingleberries of America. Just kind of hanging off the back end there.
America's scrote. California's the butt. Canada is just a pleasant hat. Alaska is like the bits of hair that stick out of the back of that hat.
What's Hawaii? The freaking
Fart
fecal
gas.
drippings?
Yeah, that's long gone.
But I thought dreams come true.
Oh, no, they do.
Canada may be America's hat, but America is Canada's shorts, according to this. Hey now.
Makes sense.
Yeah, you guys are nothing but a pair of shorts. Yeah.
There you go. Well, you were tell us all about it now, or certainly as much as you're willing to share on air. About your little
it was
escapades.
fun. Let me tell you, though, that new Avatar section of Magic Kingdom, because for whatever reason, Disney's Animal Kingdom, it's the most recent park, and it's still about 20 years old now, just got a new section based on Pandora from the movie Avatar.
Mm-hmm.
And I am still baffled by that. Like, the whole trip was great. Everything was fun. The food was phenomenal. God, we had some good food. All on the Dining Plan.
Man,
which
who even cares?
I don't care about Avatar. And, like, I don't know
that's what
anyone
I'm saying.
who really likes that movie.
Who cares about Avatar anymore? Who even thinks about Avatar anymore?
I think the thing is, a lot of people cared about Avatar, and that's probably when that part of the park got greenlit.
Maybe?
There's more movies coming.
Because I can't imagine. I can't imagine they greenlit it after Cameron was like, "I'm going to make 5 more of these motherfuckers."
Maybe, but for being supposedly, the highest grossing movie of all time, it has had almost no lasting impact beyond money.
No way.
And a weird phase of
it.
blue people pictures.
I mean, it's that, and I think it got greenlit when everyone thought it was going to be real big, and they were too far in.
No, they could have stopped it any time. Believe me.
I don't know, man. Sunk cost fallacy.
It did awaken a fetish in me for blue people that I didn't know. But other than that,
the cultural impact is everyone wants to fuck blue people now.
No, they sure don't.
Was there a Sweet Life of Zack and Cody ride?
There was not.
Was there? Did you go on the ride and it was like, this is the Mosby?
I do remember there was someone who yelled "no running," and I was like, "In my hotel." It was in the hotel. But
did you burn it down then? Because that's how the Mosby Hotel always ends.
No, but that would explain that burned down hotel that we drove by.
Yeah, little did you guys know it was in my timeshare.
I'm sorry about your timeshare, Manimal.
It's okay. I'll just get another one.
No, there was a lot of fun times. What I thought was kind of fun was the first night we were there, we didn't have, tickets for the park. We went down to Disney Springs, was its own like shopping center area that's not technically in the parks, but it is Disney owned. It's a lot like amped up version of the Legends that we walked around. It's just an outdoor shopping center.
Did it have an Eisenhower statue?
No. What it had was the demo kiosk area, like a pop-up shop for Kingdom Hearts 3.
Oh, that sounds cool.
Yeah, and it had like different Keyblade displays, and there's a whole bunch of like confused teens that were trying to tell you about the game, and I felt bad about going, "It's okay, I know it's dumb, I know more than you. Please, explain this to the elderly woman trying to know what her grandson is doing."
Oh god, I watched a 45-minute long recap video of the Kingdom Hearts franchise the other day.
We may have watched the same video.
What's going on? There are so many bad dudes who are all the same dude, and I know they're the same dude because the video told me and their name all starts with X.
Yeah, so...
Don't try to explain it.
I was going to say, do you want me to try?
Master Xehanort, who is not young Xehanort, sometimes Terranort when he's not split into Xemnas and Ansem. But Ansem isn't Ansem. That's Ansem Seeker of Darkness, not Ansem the Wise.
Yeah. So there's two
Why
Ansems.
did Ansem turn into a boat?
What? Oh, on the second one. No,
Which
that's
one?
Xemnas. That's Xemnas, who turned into like a great ship.
Turned into a boat in the first
They
one.
both have final forms that are like battleships.
Yeah.
This is too.
Zemnis is Xeno, but it's his nobody.
Why didn't they just make a game of Woody's Roundup, and it was just straight up like a Western?
It's Kingdom Hearts 3.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, it was just
Woody and Buzz fights.
It was straight up the best of Kingdom Hearts, best of Red Dead, and it was just Woody's Roundup, and all you did was you just played as Woody, and you went around prospecting gold and shit. And
I'd play the shit out of a modded version of Red Dead where you're just Woody.
Yeah, like
by Tom Hanks,
right? And he was, and all you did was like but like old Woody, like badass Woody, who'd take out the double revolvers whenever he needed to.
I never saw that part in Toy Story.
And you replace every bit of dialogue from the main character with the sound bites of "You're my favorite deputy."
Yeah,
there's a snake in my boot.
So like, "There's a snake in my boot" is really a translation to "There's a slimy rat within my crew." So that's when he takes out the double revolvers, right? Like Woody definitely, if he's a cowboy automatically means ready.
He has a holster, so he must have a gun.
Yeah,
like he
so
must
Woody,
have been shit
Woody,
the original
like,
toy would have done.
Woody ready to kill at will, you know, like he's ready to pull that trigger. He's not going to hesitate.
It's after Andy's finally grown up. He's been given away.
The problem is, half of the lines in Red Dead could be responded to with either "there's a snake in my boot" or "you're my favorite cowboy." You gotta have faith, Arthur. You're my favorite cowboy. I'm glad you're on my side, son.
You know, it all comes together. There's a connection. I know.
Arthur Morgan, we've got to save the world from these train robbers. I've never played Red Dead, and Woody just goes, "Somebody poison the water hole." Oh my god!
I can confirm for you that Red Dead 2 is basically having about nothing but having faith in a plan that probably exists.
Oh god, yeah. I don't know where to go from there.
You know, I
think
think
go on to
honestly,
maybe.
I'm just saying a modern day game adaptation of Woody's Roundup would be phenomenal.
There you go.
And I'd play it for 5 minutes.
Fair enough.
I remember playing a whole lot of Toy Story 2 on the Nintendo 64.
Man, that game,
okay game.
Yeah, that was a fun game. You collected things, you ran around. I filmed a Let's Play of my two friends in 2011. I bet
you did.
Yeah. It was back when I recorded by pointing the camera to the screen instead of actually using a capture card.
The OG Dark Side Phil.
Yeah, so it was phenomenal. It was great. I, in fact, was one of those kids that did the cheesy, because I did a channel called Cheap PS1 Reviews. I only uploaded 2 videos and deleted it. Where I did the video where it was like, I used the demo version of AC/DC's Get It Hot for the intro, and it was just as like a video of the PS1 and me putting like a disc into the PS1. You know, like those cheesy old videos where someone would be like, watch me put a disc into the game system and then grab the controller and get ready to review. Like, I, in fact, was part of that after all this time. You know, so. You know how.
I know exactly what you mean. It's really high energy, like high intensity rock music, and someone's like lazily putting the disc in and
because it was
sitting
like
down slowly.
Grab the PS1, open the PS1, another shot, just grabbing the controller, grabbing the game, and then the TV is like the logo comes up. You know, like it was definitely like. You know, YouTube was such like a wild frontier back in the day. People these days don't even know what YouTube was like back in 2008 to 2000, at least 11.
I think they probably do.
They probably do, but it was a wild time regardless. And nowadays it's not the same. I could say that now.
Shit was when you were on YouTube in 2005 or 6.
Oh, yeah, like you were the originals out there, like people like that, yeah. But I feel like it's strange to be at the age where I can actually say shit like that. Like, kids these days, they just don't get it. Like, I'm at the age where I can, like, legitimately say that. It's terrifying.
I don't know if you are, though. I feel like none of us really are.
You'll say you don't get YouTube. Back in 2018. Oh, I tell you. That's what we could say. Is YouTube still around in 2028? I mean, if it carries on with the censorship and shit, it might not be. There might not be many people left.
Probably not.
You guys better subscribe to Cancel on YouTube. Watch my Roblox videos.
There you go. Did you have anything else? Sorry, before we went off.
Probably, but it's cool.
Oh.
I can't think of it right now.
Fair enough. Well, if it comes back to you, by all means, chuck it in there. I guess I'll go on my week real quick then. I had Kingdom Hearts 3, and just like you, so to backstory, I played it when it first came out, Kingdom Hearts 1. I played Kingdom Hearts 2 when it first came out. I played 1.5 and 2.5.
On my list of things to do tomorrow. I really want to talk to you about that game once I beat it.
Oh yeah, I haven't beat it yet. But I played 1.5 and 2.5 last year because we knew 3 was coming out. Still had to watch probably the same video as you, Corey. One of the first that comes up, the 40 minute recap, because it gives you a little bit.
There's a lot of recaps going on right now. I watched sort of a cartoon animated, not like a cartoon, but it's like a crayon looking animation version of it.
Yeah, because. Yeah, it's weird. Like it's a weird story. It's a weird way to have to get your information. But they even troll you in the game. They fucking you load it up. You go through some cinematics and some cutscenes and all that kind of shizzle, and then it pops up on the screen. Kingdom Hearts 2.9, and you have to do a world before you get into Kingdom Hearts 3. So they still just couldn't let you have it. You couldn't just turn on Kingdom Hearts 3. But my God, I'm enjoying it a fair bit. I think because it's aimed at all ages, so the dialogue is obviously very kid-friendly. The insults and stuff are very kid-friendly, and it's very, all ages dialogue, which is, I guess I notice it more.
Yeah, did you like the scene where like Buzz Lightyear is like, "You rapscallion"?
Yeah. It's like, these Heartless, we're going to take them out. But I must say, the Toy Story world, I fucking love that world. That was like where it blew me away. Because I remember when Kingdom Hearts 1 came out, and me and my mate were speculating on Kingdom Hearts 2, talking about which new worlds would be in there. We're like, how sick would it be for a Toy Story world to be in there? That would be insane. Because that's what cool kids talked about when they were 14, 15, by the way. And we were like, how awesome would that be? And I was imagining what a Toy Story world would look like. And to just see it in PS4, like, it's just like the movie. And you're in Andy's room and all that kind of stuff. That really kind of struck us. And I was like, fuck, this has been a long time coming.
I mean, I would argue that it probably looks better than the movie at this point.
Yeah,
I mean, have you seen the original Toy Story? It still looks good, but there's clearly a jump in the CG quality.
Yeah, I guess the Toy Story game, it probably the Toy Story world probably looks better. And then you're watching like the Monsters Inc. ones, the Tangled world as well, and it's like this is just like the Frozen world as well. They just have the song and they have the same choreography of that Let It Go song, and it's exactly the same. And it's like as if they've just lifted the scene from the movie. It's really weird, but then someone's animated it. Seems weird to do more than seem to do the work twice, but I don't know.
As long as they can pull it off better than the Pirates of the Caribbean world in Kingdom Hearts 2.
I was going to ask about that. Is the Pirates of the Caribbean world more or less disturbing now that it's very photorealistic?
I haven't got onto it yet, but from what I've seen in the trailers and everything, it looks fine. It looks okay.
It seems better, but at the same time, I know Sora isn't perfectly photorealistic. He's pretty photorealistic, but then you get to his face.
Yeah, he is not too bad. I think it was more jarring when I was seeing like them, like the bad Jack Sparrow impression. The Will Turner was really bad as well.
Yeah. Oh God,
we got to go after Captain Barbossa.
They're Tim Allen and not Mel Gibson. Tom Hanks.
Tom Hanks.
Whoever did their voices were pretty good.
They were really good. They were decent. I haven't watched Tangled enough to know, but they sounded like the characters. Monsters Inc. sounded spot on. They really sounded spot on. The Monsters Inc. Other than the little kid Boo, because it was the same soundbite of her going, nah, nah, when she was, in distress or scared.
Clearly
and they just
recorded on an old microphone.
Yeah. I was like, okay, that's just a soundbite. But, little nitpicks. I think the difference in this game, the previous ones, the story sort of you interacted with the Disney characters, and Disney characters sort of interacted with the Heartless, but it was all their story. You play out that story, and then that's it. Some of these are the game's stories, but like Toy Story, for example, they've been separated from everyone. Like, it's not you just rehashing their movie, but with Sora, Goofy, and Donald sort of included. That's kind of how they did the ones before, where you're basically following the plot of the movie, or you're sort of hitting the same story beats somehow, some way. Whereas these seem to be going in different directions. Like Monsters Inc., when you go to Monsters Inc., it's after the movies happened, like Sully is CEO and all this kind of stuff, but it makes sense why there's Heartless and why there's bad guys there. It's sort of, there's a reason for them to be there because of, like, the scream, like, in Monsters Inc. they collect screams as energy, and it's like negative emotion. So they're after that kind of, that power of negative emotion. That kind of makes sense for them to be there, if you know what I mean.
Sure.
The levels aren't just badly rehashed Disney movies as set dressing.
Yeah, they have.
That's nice, because I felt like that was kind of what was the deal with the other ones.
It was. Yeah, absolutely was. Whereas these ones, they sort of, the plot progresses, so people interact with them, they go there for a reason, the bad, like Organization 13, they go there, so they're in Toy Story because these toys, they're supposed to be just plastic shells, however they have hearts, and it's all about hearts and shit, you know.
Oh,
so
speaking of toys, I discovered why Woody's voice acting was so good.
Is it because it's Tim Hanks, Tom Hanks' brother?
It's Jim Hanks, Tom Hanks' brother.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God.
Woody was voiced by Jim Hanks, Tom Hanks' younger brother.
Holy shit. No wonder it's so good then. Because like I say, it was really, really good.
Uncle of Colin Hanks, Chet Hanks, and Truman Hanks, and Elizabeth Hanks. There's so many fucking Hanks.
They recast Hayden, I can never say her name, Panettiere, whatever. They recast her. She wasn't Kyrie, which doesn't really make much difference.
See, from what I can understand, Kyrie never had a personality to begin with, so...
Nope.
She was girl left at home. Stranded girl, who are you going to rescue? Yeah, first one she was, girl you must rescue, and then she was, girl who's left at home. But then she got Blade.
She was unconscious most of the first game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were all little douches. Maybe it helps because I don't have a particularly strong connection with like Sora or anyone. I'm just like, he's a bit of a douche. I really prefer Riku's character arc. He has much more interesting story.
I like that they've embraced how dumb Sora is, and they just kind of turned him into Goku.
His only ability, his basic power, or his not an ability per se, but his personality trait is the fact that he can make bonds with people and become friends with anyone quite easily just because of the kind of person he is. He's open and trusting.
So he's a shonen protagonist.
Yes, but in like the most basic kind of form, which I guess is fine because, you know, he's the chosen wielder of the Keyblade and power of light and all that kind of stuff. Whereas best mate Riku has a way more interesting story arc and you want to play all that shit. But there are spin-offs of him. But anyway, I'm enjoying it. Combat's good. The visuals are really good. Combat's super simple because there's so many special attacks this time. Like, there's like the 3 difficulties, like Proud mode is hard and then the standard. I was gonna click on Proud and do hard, but I remember that 2.5 was quite a challenge on Proud, so I thought maybe not. With it, new mechanics and all that kind of stuff, don't wanna fuck myself over just yet. So I went for it. I played it on standard, but fuck me, it's so easy. You are crushing them, because there is about 19 million different attacks that you can just trigger. If you were ever in a bind, all of a sudden there's a special attack, or a combo attack, or something like that just comes out, and a reaction command, and then you can just kill everyone, and it's really simple. Like, I've not died on it a single time, not against bosses or anything.
Okay, so start on the harder mode. Good to know.
I would recommend it. So, do you know in 2 they had reaction commands when you press triangle?
Yeah.
They have you've probably seen the trailers, all you guys have, but the attraction commands, so they're like the rides, you know.
God, and they last so long.
Yes, they
like
do.
The 5 minutes I played, most of it was either in a Viking boat swinging back and forth and just being invincible, or like teacup rides and just hitting things.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Maybe is there not like an option like there is in Final Fantasy games to like turn off the super big animatics?
You can skip the cinematics. There's a few seconds at it, but it's just the mode itself lasts for so long. So you are in this thing. You can cancel it early, but obviously the power boost that it gives you, and just because you were like you say, you're invulnerable, and you're dealing out major damage, so it just benefits you to have it. Even though it's like a cheap get out of jail card, it's like
it's not game breaking, because from what I played, all the areas were really, really big. And so even if it affects like a large area, you've still got to turn off boat mode and wander over to the other cluster of Heartless that are, 50 feet away, and then turn on boat again.
Yeah, or you've got to do your spell. So in the beginning of the game, I picked up a water amulet that let me do a special move of Water Czar, which is like, you have Fire, Fyra, Fyraga, Fyraza. Like the 4 stages of elemental magic, as everyone knows who plays Final Fantasy. So it's got like the best spell, which just fucking annihilated everything. But I will talk about it more when we are done. And we'll definitely speak about it a bit more in depth, because it is the conclusion everyone's telling us. It is definitely the finale, or so they say, for the game. So we'll see.
Do have one question for you so far, because this is a lot of what I'm hearing about it on rumors and scuttlebutt.
Yeah.
Is that it was directed by Tetsuya Nomura, who is Square's go-to man. Mm-hmm. And him working hard on this game and making it as good as possible to shit on Final Fantasy 15, which was taken away from him.
Yes, I've also heard some of the rumors. So people are saying there's parallels in the menu choices, and aesthetics. There's certain little hints and nods to Final Fantasy 15.
I saw the fake ad for the fake game that Rex is playing in the Toy Story level.
The Vexa, I can't even remember what it's called. Yeah, something like Vexum or something. It looks very, very, it looks like a good game. I'd play it. There's little Easter eggs and stuff like that, because there's apparently no Final Fantasy characters at all in it, which is a bit disappointing, because the whole point is it's a mix of the two. But I suppose they've got their own original cast now, which is...
I'll say, did they need to add more characters to this thing at this point?
I just want to fight Sephiroth in a hard, not even fair fight. It's just cheap, but satisfying when you beat him.
Yeah. You want Cloud. I remember Auron was there fighting Hades in the second one. It's fucking cool. Hades and Hercules, Auron and Hercules were having a battle. It was so good.
Did they forget that Tidus grew up on the same shitty little island as you?
Oh god, he did! I totally forgot about that. Yeah, Waka and Selfie as well. Was the name Selfie? Am I making... It was Selfie,
I think so. Boy, that
Final Fantasy VIII girl.
Well. Selfie?
Yeah.
Her name was...
From 8?
I don't know. I never played 8.
Oh.
If I just Google...
I know you started on like Selfie. A weird fantasy at like Academy Island?
Destiny Islands.
Well,
in Final Fantasy VIII, you start in Seed, the garden.
Yeah, but isn't it like an island too? I don't know.
It's an academy. Look, man, Final Fantasy VIII, they couldn't finish that game. Why should we bother to figure it out?
I remember it. Yeah, I was fond of it.
Have you met Sora's mom in Kingdom Hearts 3 yet?
No, he has no mother. I don't know.
The dinner's still not ready.
He was an immaculate conception.
His mom does shout, Sora, dinner's ready. And then she never comes back. And they have a school life, because in the second one, Kairi's in a school uniform, they're walking home from school. So wherever he's been missing for a year, I'm sure they've not called the police or anything. It seems like they have a normal life.
Doesn't Sora go to sleep for like 10 years at one point?
All right, so Chain of Memories did clearly establish that everyone else's memories of Sora were wiped away, and Naminé, who is the nobody of Kairi, was the one who remapped them, except... Look, did you even watch the recap video?
I did, but it didn't talk about the mom. So what you're saying is that there's somewhere on an island nation, there is a mother who has a hole in her heart and she knows not why.
Yes.
Okay, good.
But then her memories should be back now. And he just still carries on a journey.
I just don't think the random-ass blonde girl in a weird, creepy castle can find everyone. There's got to be some loops. There's got to be.
But you would start with his mom at first, wouldn't you? You'd go, right.
Would you?
Too, and they're all different Xehanorts.
Oh, God. No.
Some of them more Norded than others.
And Roxas is a nobody, but he also has. There's like another one named Ventus.
Ventus.
Yeah.
Yes, it's
also
all
lives in...
very. It's not too hard to follow, but it is so dumb when you say it out loud, and it's just bad.
Because they had to figure all this out. Well, some things you think, what's the point? Like, so the whole point is that the Organization 13 that you fought in the second one, they're the fake one. No, this is the real one that they're making full of 13 Xehanorts.
I was going to say, they're all Xehanorts. Some of them more Xehanort than other Xehanorts.
Yeah.
Some are him from, young Xehanort, some are old Xehanort, some are his Heartless, some are his Nobody. But then,
this franchise needed time travel.
Yes. Everyone of the organization died. But then they became whole again, apparently. So they all resurrected.
They were nobodies, and if you killed the nobody,
so that's why Lee, formerly Axel, is now another Keyblade person
and has a shittier name,
Lee. But then he tells them to call him Axel. But so they all get resurrected, and like, well, that was a bad decision. And then like half of them just go back anyway, and just go, yeah, I'm gonna be a nobody again. Like, they literally just to show up again. It's like, what's the point?
Feel like it seems like it hurts when you become nobody, so why would you?
Well, no, it doesn't hurt because nobodies don't have emotions, except when they do.
Doesn't it hurt in the process? Probably. Like stabbed?
It's okay, they don't have emotions. Sometimes they do, though, it's fine.
Look, speaking of things that are stupid when you say them out loud, should we talk about what we've been watching this week?
Oh, really quick, though. I did say I would buy any Kingdom Hearts merch I found in Disney World, and that came down to one pin that had Mickey dressed as the organization coat.
Okay, that's his best outfit in it. When he's got a coat on, I can tolerate Mickey Mouse in a game if he's just got a coat on and a hood.
Just put on some clothes, man. Jesus.
Now imagine that entire explanation for the series as told by Donald Duck. And moving on.
Moving on. I guess we've gone a bit long. We could do news. Do you know what?
Let's not do news.
The only news story that's a big news thing at the moment is the whole thing about Vic Mignogna.
Maybe Little Grabby, the Vic Mignogna.
Yeah, do you know? No, it's going to set me off. No, let's not talk about it.
Let's not go about it. It's a thing. We're going to find out more. It's too early to call.
You people, look at Twitter and shit, and you'll see all of the stuff coming out. It'll be all good, but I'm not going to talk about it this week. Maybe next week when we know more. Let's move on to the winter season. That's where we're going to. Winter season. What have we watched? Manimal, have you watched anything this winter season? Manimal's not here. Matt, have you watched anything this winter season?
Boy, have I.
Oh, boy.
So, Crunchyroll finally picked up Miss Ueno. Ueno? How Clumsy You Are, Miss Ueno. Which is the one I talked about during the season preview, which is about the middle school girl who is desperately trying to seduce one of her classmates through science.
Mm-hmm. I remember that now. The title.
It's a 10-minute thing. It's comedic. It's a sort of 4-coma style.
Mm-hmm.
And this is exactly as stupid as I hoped it would be. So, like, basically, the first episode starts with, I have invented a magic water purifier that can purify your pee into perfect water, and she just keeps trying to get him to drink her own pee because she thinks it will make him love her. Basically, all it boils down to, she creates some impossible science gadget. They don't worry about the science. It's just, here's a gadget that, I don't know, takes water from any place in the Milky Way universe. Doesn't matter. Just fills a bottle with water from someplace else in the universe because science. Or maybe it, like, just fills your skirt with dark matter so nobody can see your privates.
Okay.
It's shit like that. Those are both real examples. So she's just constantly trying to seduce this kid in her science club. And he shoots her down consistently just by saying no, basically. Just being like the perfect straight man to her complete insanity. Also, there's another one who's like, God, what was the one in the Peanuts cartoons that always called everyone sir and ma'am? Sally? Not Sally.
I don't know.
She had like
That's
brown
Manimal's
hair and
wheelhouse.
glasses.
Yeah, it was Peppermint Patty's, like, pal. No.
Yeah, she had like brown hair and wore orange.
I know
that.
exactly the one you're talking about.
Yeah, and I'm sure our listeners do too. But she's like, the other one's like, I think might have cat ears. I'm not sure. They haven't gone into it. But it's just like the weird character in the background who's just kind of going along with the weird flow of everything. But again, also refers to everyone as sir and ma'am. And it really reminds me of that Peanuts character. It's a fun show.
Fair enough. So 10 minutes long as well, did you say?
Yeah, 10 minutes long. It's short. You blow through a bunch real fast. And it's 10 minutes long and split into 2 parts. So again, very much 4-coma style. But it's fun. It's just about one girl getting really flustered and doing stupid things to try to seduce a boy who's just not having any of her shit.
He don't want none.
Mm-hmm. It's real fun. So I've been watching that, and I'm also still watching JoJo, which, as we talked about last time, they were on a train and they were fighting the Grateful Dead.
Mm-hmm.
And they were in a turtle. Well, they were in a key inside of a turtle that made them real small.
Oh, yeah.
And again, the Grateful Dead was there, and it made you age age real fast. Anyway, they killed the Grateful Dead, and they got off the train, and then they went away on a bus. They're still inside the key inside the turtle.
You apologize to Kingdom Hearts right now.
So they're in the key in the turtle, but now they're trying to find a car. But then, what the fuck? I forget the stand's name, but the stand is a computer who makes babies with people.
Uh-huh.
And track people with their DNA sample. And the stand user talks to them on the computer, and the stand talks back, and it's a remote stand. So the stand takes a motorcycle and tracks down Giorno. And you see the stand's power is to take living beings and turn them into objects. And Giorno's power is to take objects and turn them into living beings, so they're perfect foils. And the episode ends with Giorno going, "Ha! I have turned my hand into a piranha. It's inside you now," and it explodes out of him like a chest burster from Alien.
I feel like you said a lot of things just then.
I did.
So I had to animate that.
They've also left the key that was inside of a turtle.
So they're just in the turtle now, but they're outside of the key.
Turtle. They're outside of the key. Well, some of them are
on the key outside of the turtle.
Some of them are. The key only makes you small when it's inside the turtle. The turtle's stand is to make the key become a secret room for people to get small inside of and hide in. But some of the characters are also an end table now, because the stand that's also a computer that can turn living things into objects turned a couple people into an end table.
So look, there's 13 Xehanorts.
Okay, right.
And that's JoJo.
So someone's in an end table that's inside a key, but it's only a key when... No, it's only a key when it's not
always
a secret
a
room
key.
that's inside a turtle.
Yes.
But they were also on a boat.
They're not on a boat anymore.
But it's okay, because if they're not in the turtle, then a computer lady is going to have sex with them, and then be able to track them down.
Yes, perfect.
So why did he need to turn his hand into a fish to get inside of the other guy?
Because the other guy was taking parts out of his body.
Kink? Roleplay?
He cut off his own hand, or he didn't, because he's evolved his stand, so now that he can just do bullshit now, apparently. He can take off his stand's limbs, but not his own physical limbs. And turn them into things. And somehow, it doesn't explain how he got his hand, which became a piranha, into somebody else's body. Also, it's one of those weird stands that can talk for itself. I don't like those stands. They're creepy.
I hope it wasn't talking as it was bursting out of some poor bastard's chest.
Have you guys seen the movie Aliens?
If you haven't, this isn't going to be as funny, but look,
literally it ends with aha.
If you want to watch the movie Aliens, just let me know when you get to that part.
Trying to find the name of this stupid stand. Those are part 3.
Piranha hands. The evolution of Senor Baby hands.
Which one is it? No, it has like a weird mouth. Oh, nope. Faithful. It's Babyface.
Oh, Senor Babyface.
Senor Babyface.
My
Baby
favorite
in
kind.
English. But yeah, it's a computer / a robot dude. But also a computer at the same time, because the stand user talks to him on a computer. And also he eats people, I guess. I don't know. He needs a mother. He needs to be born. That's JoJo, man. It makes all the sense in the world.
I feel like Manimal's probably just swinging from the rafters at the moment. He's given up the will to live after being battered by this information.
Okay, I've also found out...
Didn't do it.
This will do it. I've also found out that
the
the turtle is Mr. President.
No.
And the fishing rod that I never knew the name of because they never quite said it. They always said it weird, was Beach Boy. But in English was Fisherman, and I could never quite pick out Beach Boy in the Japanese.
Beach Boy.
It's a fishing rod. Anyway, that's a JoJo. And the other thing I watched was Boogie Pop.
Boogie Pop.
Boogie Pop is... we're going to a 4-parter this time. Have you caught up?
No. I'm still a couple episodes behind.
So, yeah, Boogie Pop, it's real weird. Imaginator is the thing, and, like, some of the threads are coming together. I now know better how the second story connects with the first story.
Ah, okay.
A little bit. I mean, it's all around the same school, apparently. But, like, the uniforms are a little fluctuating.
I never doubted it for a second, I didn't.
The thing is, there is a homunculus person, and, he is like, he looks like he weighs about 500 pounds and carries it exclusively in his gut. Because he has like 2 little twig legs, then just comes up to like an orb of a body. And he's like, I am the perfect fighting weapon. Also, he doesn't have a dick, as we find out later. That's a plot point.
Okay.
It only gets in the way of fighting.
But he has electric powers.
Oh, I forgot. For a second, I thought you were going to say he has an electric dick. No.
No, he has
Just
electric powers. And his name is like Eazy-E. But it stands for like...
No, it's not.
Like, it is something stupid. It is something like...
Real motherfucking G's! Oh, please tell me. When it gets dubbed, I want them to do an Eazy-E, like, impersonation. Obviously, he's dead now, but, you know. He's long gone Eazy-E. But I think he'd like to be known.
Easy. It's something much dumber. I wish it was Eazy. That would at least be a cool reference. All I know is I'm just waiting for Spy Girl to come back around. I forget her name. His name is Spooky E.
Ah,
stands for Spooky
for the
Electric.
Wizard Khalifa.
Hit a miss. But you know,
I'll share an image of him, but it's so stupid looking.
No. That description that you gave me just of him, I don't think it'll be stupid at all.
Spooky doesn't sound like he looks like a dumbass.
Spooky, he's a cool guy. We just need an NWA hat on him and then it's all good to go.
So I'm looking at his manga version, which looks like a human being, has human proportions, but the anime version goes all crazy.
Is it like as big a difference between the black woman and the manga of Promised Neverland and the anime?
Okay, load up that link and look at the first picture where it shows him in the novel version. Because it was a novel, not a manga, I guess. Right? See the novel version? See how his legs are like, you know, he's muscly, but you know, you can see, you've seen a dude who looks like that.
Okay,
he looks like that guy was walking around as like 3 different people.
Yeah.
Same
now click on the anime.
Outfit.
Now scroll down a little bit and you'll see his character sheet from the anime.
Oh, yeah, that's different.
That's a
Because
bit
the guy
different.
above, He looks like he's a big lad. He's a bit of a unit, but he's got muscular arms.
He's a big dude, but he's got big arms, big legs, a bit of a gut, but he's not like disproportionate.
He's like the guy from Full Metal Alchemist. I can't remember his name, but the big fuck off dude who's married to Alchemist lady.
Yeah, the butcher dude.
Yeah, the butcher.
He kind of he has that same kind of body style, but you scroll down, and he's got scrawny arms and scrawny legs and just all gut.
Yeah, that looks a bit shy. Does he power up or something? Like once he starts kicking off?
He's got spooky electric powers. That's why his name is Spooky E. Don't ask. It doesn't make goddamn sense. But it did do. This last episode did something really cool, which I wasn't expecting. Right? Mm-hmm. So we know how there's a girl, and she's also Boogie Pop, but Boogie Pop's like a different, like, soul, I guess, or entity inside of her. They did a really cool thing where basically a girl showed up, like, looking for supernatural help from another character, because everyone knows about supernatural fucking shit in this universe, apparently.
Yeah, they're cash about it.
But the girl was with this other character at the time as just the girl. But when the other girl comes in, she's like, hey, can I talk to you? I'm a friend of this person. I hear you know weird supernatural shit. The female character, who's also part Boogie Pop, turns into Boogie Pop on a dime, and it doesn't, like, recognize the fact that she's turned into Boogie Pop. But, like, clearly, like, her facial expression changes, and her voice changes, and her cadence of speech changes. And, like, you can just read that, oh, shit, she's Boogie Pop right now.
Yeah, she has, like, different... Because it's not an overly complex, like, you know, Kyoto Animation style sort of, you know, really in-depth aesthetic that they have. It is quite simplistic, the designs, but there's very subtle bits that they do with the face.
Yeah, that
you can tell.
It's very well done, the animation. It's very subtle, but it gets the point across very well. So yeah, once you get around to episode 6, I guess it is.
Yeah, 6.
Look out for that. She just switches on to Boogie Pop, and it's really cool. And it does answer the question of when does she become Boogie Pop and how does she not become Boogie Pop? Because usually, I guess the difference is she wears a cape and a hat.
Yeah. She has a cool top hat thing, which I hated at first, but it grows on me now.
It does grow on you. It's kind of like one of those, like, I don't know what to call them, but the big fluffy hats the British guards wear.
It's a stupid hat, but when she's wearing it looks okay. The Beefeater hats.
Yeah, the Beefeater hats.
Actual name for them.
But you know, yeah, Boogie Pop's real good. This episode was a little bit different from the ones that came before. I feel like it's setting up a lot for the next episode.
Yeah, it's transitioning into its new arc. Well, episode 7, so you know.
Yeah, so
they did.
I think
7 1 to 3
will wrap up this current little arc probably. That's my guess, or it's spinning off until the actual plot. Because there's I'm starting to think actually maybe that the first 3 episodes were like a mini plot to warm you up. Because
and then it's just going to go into something.
Because there's a girl who appears in like episode 4, and that's it. But she's also one of the characters from the opening the opening. And none of like the characters from the first little arc were in the opening. So I think this might be the main plot, and the first 3 episodes were just like a mini arc to get us warmed up to what's happening here. Like,
I suppose
you've kind of met a bunch of people who you're going to meet later, and Boogie Pop is here, and she's like, this is her thing.
It could be. I kind of hope so.
We've definitely gotten a lot more upfront Boogie Pop time in the first 3 episodes than the other 3 that have come out since.
God, Boogie Pop is such a fun thing to say.
It is, though. Everyone, even the voice actors sound like they're having a good time when they say Boogie Pop.
I love how they say it.
Even
Boogie
though, like,
Pop.
there's this conspiracy theory in the show is like Boogie Pop kills people, girls who are at the height of their beauty when they're 15? That doesn't read right. Anyway, but they have so much fun when they say Boogie Pop. It's a fun-ass combination of letters. Boogie Pop.
Boogie Pop.
Well, they do a pretty good job of not having an extra U at the end there. It's just Boogie Pop. They really work on it. There's a lot of quality in this fucking show. It doesn't portray it initially, but there's so much quality.
Yeah. It's a solid show. It's definitely solid. I do need to get caught up on it. Which I'm planning to do. It's one of the shows that I'm watching with the girlfriend, so that's the problem. You have to watch it with them, and it limits you to the time that you're watching it.
I
So it's harder to
understand.
catch it. With the other ones I can just blitz whenever, at 5 a.m. or whatever, But we'll definitely be caught up by next week. I'll be up to date.
I'd say I feel your pain, but I've not started watching any shows with my girlfriend yet, so we're good.
Don't. Don't get sucked in by that. Or at least it's not shows you don't want to talk about on here.
Well, I guess it's easier when we don't live together, I think.
Yeah. It's way easier. Yeah, that's true. So you can't escape it. No, it's a bad thing. That sounds really bad, but you know what I mean. Everyone caught my drift.
That's all
what
I
else?
watched, I think.
Oh, okay. Brian, then. I know you've been a busy boy, but what have you been catching anything in the winter season?
Nothing coming out now.
Okay. What have you been...
I did go see, with my friend Other Brian, the Broly movie that just came out.
Oh, yeah. How was that?
I've been putting it off because I know I'm still catching up on Super.
Well, so you don't really need to know much about Super, because I had never caught up outside of a couple,
I wouldn't imagine, but...
No.
It feels like it has... Does it feel like it has, like, a place in the, storyline, though?
Because there's going to be more Super coming out. This is definitely going to be, hey, remember how Battle of Gods and Resurrection F were arcs of the show?
Mm-hmm.
This is going to be made into a less quality couple of episodes a year and a half from now, which you can skip if you've seen this better movie, because it's really good. The story... The first third of it is all backstory for Broly that was never there, and it's not dumb. It's not great, but it's just setting up a fight later on, and it's real. They spent some money on it. It's really fun.
Yeah, it's been doing really well, cinema. Is it $100 million it's grossed, worldwide, which is pretty decent.
I know, in the U.S., it beat Spirited Away for highest grossing anime film.
Let me have a look, because I had the numbers.
Domestic...
It's one of the things I looked.
Well, not domestically, because it's Japanese, but it hit 10 million here.
Yeah, domestic gross so far is 30 million, and then worldwide it is 101 million, so fuck me. Yeah.
Nice!
That's really good. I'm happy. Just goes to show, it must have been fucking doing stellar business in Mexico.
Oh, all of South America. Well, if they were watching it legally, which there is an English version of the movie that got leaked
onto
yeah,
onto Pornhub. If I remember.
Probably not Pornhub, but Beefy Man Destroys Monkey Boy or something like that is probably...
I'm not searching it, but I know there was... I saw a post on something. It's probably on Twitter, but someone had uploaded the full fucking thing onto Pornhub, and the comments were incredible. But yeah, it's done really... I mean, just to compare it, so My Hero Academia had a movie in December, 2 heroes. There was one screening for the sub, a single screening for the dub in my town, which is unusual because we don't normally get those kind of screenings. They're limited to the big cities. Dragonball Super Broly, obviously it's a bigger franchise, but just to put it in stark comparison, that is every cinema's got multiple screenings, and it's not just a one-day thing. It's been in for about 2 weeks, I'd say. Or at least it's scheduled for 2 weeks. I know it's not just 1 week, so.
Right.
Which is pretty huge. Really, really good. And hopefully it encourages them to make more.
No, it is big and loud, and I think worth it to see it on a big screen. But if not, again, it's fun. They're one of the best parts of the movie, and it's not a spoiler to say there's a big fight.
I was going to say, I think the movie probably does boil down to just, there's a big fight with Broly.
Yeah, there's a big fight with Broly. Spoilers. I'm so sorry.
God damn it.
Anywho, there's like a minute and a half where it's first person from Broly's perspective, beating up Goku through a mountain.
Oh, yes.
That sounds fucking awesome, to be fair.
It's also, like, one of the funniest movies.
Really?
Yeah, and again, this is all within the first, 30 seconds of actual plot, is Bulma wants to get the Dragon Balls because she's been using them for years to look slightly younger. Not noticeably younger because people would catch on, but, this is, implied it's not the first time she's going, no, I want to age it back 4 years.
I like how they're so cheap about using the Dragon Balls now.
But at the same time, Frieza is coming back to Earth so he can use the Dragon Balls to get, 5 centimeters taller. Not enough to be noticeable.
That's awesome. No, I almost went to cinema today, but I ended up going to the pub instead. We were going to go watch Alita Battle Angel, but...
the most British thing you've ever said.
It's like, shall we go see Alita? After a pint, and then we never made it.
I'm curious. Everything but her face looks like it's a fun movie.
And even, I feel like if you watch it, you'll probably get used to the face. Because it's only her face, too. It's not like it's everybody constantly hitting him in the face with weird eyes.
Only her face.
So, we'll see. I'm interested to see it. I at least try to make a point of seeing these films to know how they're doing on it.
If this takes off and it does quite well commercially, I'm interested to see the latest wave of porn artists who are going to now kind of manipulate images of other people and make them have the weird anime real life.
I'd watch the live action Alita Battle Angel porn.
For good or bad, I'm pretty sure this movie is going to tank. And again, Hollywood producers always learn the wrong lesson. And this will hopefully put a kibosh on manga adaptations by Hollywood for another couple years.
Oh, you've got your name coming. Your name is coming. The J.J. Abrams version. We can't wait.
I
don't know.
Maybe. I don't know.
There's supposed to be a Tiger and Bunny one. I swear we were talking about this 4 years ago now.
Look Battle Angel Alita's been coming since late 90s. So we're all waiting for that live action Akira.
I was going to say either live action Akira or Cowboy Bebop have got to come out next. Surely.
Well,
I'd say Cowboy Bebop.
That's getting the live-action series, I think?
Maybe that'd be better. I'd prefer that as a series, I guess. It's going to work.
It would work better as a series, but we get what we ask for.
So, hey, I didn't ask for it, but I did get this segue, which is I'm almost done with Bunny Girl Senpai, or whatever that show is.
The one with the invisible bunny girl?
Yeah. So it is the good version of Monogatari. Or rather, the less disappearing up its own asshole version of that.
I'll give you that much, because it does a little disappear in its asshole.
It is so much less art house cinema version of this guy helps magical realism problems that stem from social things. But it's done in such a way where he is clearly dating the first girl he helps the whole way through and not have any romantic connections to the next series of girls in such a way that's really, really refreshing. And it kind of becomes a plot point on the second cosmic whoopsie doodle, I'm going to say. I'm really excited to see how it ends because they also build the whole way through. Oh, it's a good show.
Cosmic Whoopsie Doodle is probably the best way you could describe Monogatari, so I assume it goes pretty well for this show as well. Because all we got was like Manimal's watching the first 2 episodes. Didn't give us much.
It's the same. I want to say premise as Monogatari, but with the tone very, very close to Your Name, and not. I don't know what Monogatari's going for. It's kind of doing its own thing.
Yes, and Monogatari has a tone unto itself.
And that show kind of got on my nerves with the whole, look, these are wordplay Japanese things that you're just going to have to trust us when we say they're very clever.
I will admit that the English novelizations of the light novels do a pretty good job with translating those.
Like,
But,
hey,
yeah,
crab
the anime
and
you have to
weight
deal with.
are the same thing, and there's a crab god that's actually weight. And I don't know.
Trust us.
I really, really like the dialogue, and just they behave like kids in Bunny Girl, which is good. It's good.
Manimal started watching. Manimal's jumped out, by the way. You should probably say if the reason why you've noticed you've not heard him. But yeah, I know he started watching it, so maybe that'll give him the inspiration to finish it, and that'll kickstart his romance with anime again. One can only hope, anyway. Fair enough.
So yeah, I got like one more day off
sorry.
before jumping back into work, and I'm hoping to just catch up and kind of binge some shows because I'm behind. Like, I've got podcasts for days backed up a whole week, and I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, that's good. I've been watching so many different live streams of people nowadays. Like, that's all I do, but it gets you through the night. 4 or 5 hour live streams. I'm all aboard. How the hell they do it, I don't know, but my God. God bless those people.
I mean, if we had 4 hours to do it, we probably could manage pretty easy, I'd imagine.
I mean, actually, to be fair, we've already been going a couple hours, and we'll probably shelve the topic for next week.
Yay! We ruined it again.
We can do a little topic, I think. We can do it. It's not that bad. It's not that late.
I've got to... we'll see. Yeah, okay, fair enough. We'll see. Because I probably
unless the Nair here has anything else to say.
Not that I'm going back and thinking like, oh, that was about 4 weeks ago. I've probably mentioned that. Shit, no, I haven't been on in several months.
Yeah.
Oof. Like, last time I was on, we were still doing the 12 days of Christmas. So, my bad, y'all.
Yeah. To be fair, none of us have been on for a few weeks, so that's how it is.
We can do a little topic. I mean, we were going to talk about
hey, I've still got my shows.
Oh,
to
fuck
talk
you,
about, asshole!
Hurry up!
I'm the host. I let everyone, get their shit in first. It's all good.
I know, but we forget about you too.
I know. I sacrifice my week. No ends of times to let people talk. Sacrifice the news.
Well, the thing is, I'm used to Manimal, myself, and then you going. And since this concept, I would think it'd be Manimal, myself, you, and then Nair. Because he's getting tacked on at the end, see?
But now I include, because we are the core four, I think, the 4 pillars.
Yes,
so I just go around until me
he
last.
sucks in, so it's confusing. I've also had a very tall glass of bourbon.
Should I go? I'm going to go first next week. Just
let's mix it up.
Yeah.
Get you out of the way.
Get me out of the way. Okay, what I've been watching then. I mentioned Promised Neverland earlier, so I've caught up with that. Episode 5 came out today.
Weren't you going to stop watching Promised Neverland?
Potentially. I was going to stop it because I was just meh on it. But they came out with a little bit of an interesting plot point. So, does anyone care about Promised Neverland spoilers?
Hit it.
You got to get me interested somehow. Bring it on.
Okay. So there was the whole thing about them planning the escape, and it's a dumb escape. They're going to get 5-year-olds to escape from this weird slaughter farm thing that they're in. They discover that there's an informant, and someone is informing the mom of their actions and stuff. So the show basically leads you to believe it's these two kids, and you think it's definitely not one of these two kids because that's too obvious. But then he tricks one of the third guys, and it's actually one of the three friends. So the three main characters, one of them is an informant for the mom. He's known about the secret for years. He's the one who's the traitor, as it were. But, so they end the episode. Episode 4 ends on the fact of going, oh, which means you're the traitor then, aren't you, Ray? Boom, cliffhanger. And you're like, oh, that's clever. Sort of. And then you go back into episode 5 and it's like, I am the informant. However, I led you to the gates to see the secret of the person doesn't get adopted. They actually just get killed and shipped away in a tank.
So it's a double mole?
Yes. Immediately they go, oh no, it's okay. I'm the informant. So what? But really, I want to escape as well. So I'm helping you guys, and I'll also feed her false information. So
I guess as long as it doesn't turn into like a Indiana Jones 4, where the one dude goes back and forth like 5 times during the fucking movie.
He's a double agent. The one interesting thing is, yeah, I kind of was like, oh, okay. Well, you've immediately resolved the tension in it. It's like, no, I'm fully on board with you guys. This is why, blah, blah, blah. I've known about the secret for years, but I don't want you two to die. They've only really set up something in the future is when the girl is adamant that they do not escape without everyone. He's saying you can't make it because they're a bunch of little kids. They ain't going to make it. They're all going to die. So
he's got some sense for a 6-year-old. Also, a quick question. How old is this supposed informant who's known about it for years?
He's 11. The oldest
what, he
are 11.
Found out when he was 8? Jesus.
5, maybe. I think he knew about it for 5. Yeah. No, because he says, do you not trust me after 6 years? So he found out when he was 5 years old about he's not actually in an orphanage.
Have you met a 5-year-old in your life? Theoretical manga author here.
I was at a park full of them. They can't do that.
So if you were to go, hey, 5-year-old, do you know this life that you've been living for the last 5 years? You can't remember much of it, but by the way, you're actually just being grown up to be sold and eaten. Enjoy.
That secret
Stay
down
cool.
In seconds. Also, I still don't understand why they're eating children. Adults have so much more flesh.
I don't know. This is the thing. I don't get why they don't age them up to like 16. Just be like, okay, here's the oldest guys at 16. The youngest ones are at 11. And then, the more competent, the more... Because he's also been saying, like, they've got tracking devices in their ears. And
in their ears or in their ears?
Ear. Like, it's in, like, their earlobe or it's behind the ear. I can't remember now. They showed it a couple episodes
Different connotations.
Definitely.
Different kind of...
That's the Dujin version, I guess. But he says something like, I've been working on them for many years. And it's like, motherfucker, you ain't been alive for many years. How have you been working on them for many years? You're 11. Shut up, you little bitch. He annoys me. His name's Ray. Little tit. But yeah, he has the most sense because he's like, there's no way that we're all going to survive. There's no way. We need to just leave them and then we just need to go. But he said that, so the other lad, the smart lad, worked out that he was the traitor. He's agreed to keep it a secret, but on the condition, like, the only way he'll work with them all, he's like, I'll be a double agent on the condition that we pretend to the girl that we are going to get everyone out, and then at the last second we just ditch them all. So that'll be interesting to see and how that plays out, because it looks like the escape attempt's coming soon, because they're saying in 10 days, and there's like week time skips, day time skips, and each episode is titled with the date. So the episode titles are just the date of that of those events. So you could probably work out from the episode title which one's going to be the escape attempt. But he's saying it's in so soon. So I'm assuming there's a lot more story to tell.
It makes sense, I guess, if they would have an escape and then have like part of this story be them outside the gates of this academy or where the fuck they're supposed to be, an orphanage. Like, avoiding the demons, I guess, that run the planet.
Yeah, this is the thing. I don't know where they're going to go after this. Like, I don't see them escaping. I just don't see it happening. And then that to me would be like the finale of the series. And I'm sure it's been going on for a lot longer.
Sure, but like, I feel like I can't imagine it'd be the finale. The escape can't be the finale. I feel like there's going to be a failed escape, but at some point
that's what I mean.
There's got to be an escape, at which point they have adventures outside of the place.
Maybe.
Because I can almost see, like, they get out at the end of season 1, and then they're pulled back in, and that's like the very end is them like getting locked back in the orphanage.
I feel like if they do the escape, it's going to fail, and then the girl who's the eternal optimist, probably some will die. Maybe even they'll get rid of all of them except those 3.
Gotta kill the cutest one.
Yeah. Well, they already did that. They got rid of little Connie in episode 1. Little girl, the little bunny girl. She didn't have a bunny girl. She had a little bunny with her, which is really weird to hear Japanese actors say.
Kill the second cutest one.
Because they say little bunny. Like they say it really strange and deliberately. You didn't bring back little bunny. Little bunny. So that's how Mom knew that you were there. Mama is her name. So I'll carry on watching it. We'll see where it goes. I don't know what the escape is. Maybe it'll be next episode. Maybe it'll be the episode after. The animation choices and the cinematography are still really weird. Like, they have a penchant for doing something where there is a old clock on the wall, and it has do you know, like the sort of swinging pendulum below it? Like
like a grandfather clock.
Yeah, it's like on the wall, it's got a little pendulum. It does a camera that follows the swing of the pendulum from the POV of the pendulum, watching these two having a conversation as you swing back and forth. It doesn't really add anything. It's creative, it's unusual, but it doesn't add any tension to the scene. And like there was a really long extended first person view of them walking up the stairs and going towards the bedroom to talk about this, and it was like it didn't really add anything. So it's like, this is cool, but you know, why? There's no point really. It ain't no Broly punching Goku in the face from a mountain. That's all I'm saying. There's better angles for first person views. I've also watched Dororo, up to date with Dororo. Again, it's very episodic and formulaic. He goes in, he meets a new demon, you hear the demon's backstory or the people involved in this demon's backstory, and then he fights it, kills it, and he gets something back. All the while you learn a little more about him and his family. It's good. It's good fun. You know, I like them little short stories. I don't know how many episodes it is. I want to say it's more than 12, Dororo. I don't know if I'm just pulling that out my arse or not, but I feel like it is, and I'd be happy if it is, because it's just a nice little fix of some gritty samurai drama. He fights demons and people who are possessed by demons. It's cool. Other than Dororo, I have watched... I actually have a list. Why am I not utilising the list that I make? There it is. Rising of the Shield Hero. That was the last one that I watched as well, which again is okay. It had that initial hook of, you know, where he's been falsely accused and he's a pariah, you know, and people are still sort of hating on him.
Yep,
and you learn a bit about it. So the woman who accused him is actually the princess. She's the daughter of the king. That's why the king doesn't like him and antagonizes him. He has a duel against the spear hero where he looks like he's winning because he uses he basically just has these low-level monsters attached to him because he's got really high defense. He can't feel pain. So he just has them under his cape that bite into him at all times. So he just unleashes them on people. So he essentially just traps the spear hero, who's the big, long blonde-haired, you know, handsome Bishonen hero.
He's a lancer.
He traps him inside a sort of prison shield thing that he can make with these things just chewing at him. That's it. And he's about to win, and then she interferes, hits him in the back with a spell, and then the spear hero defeats him in this duel. It's in front of everyone, and as he shouts at them, she cheated. No one agrees with him because obviously he's the pariah.
So wait a minute.
The one who everyone hates.
It's in front of everyone, but they can't tell he got smacked in the back with a magic spell.
They can tell, however, because the king is there, and the king says, no, didn't see anything. No one speaks up for him. Everyone's like, no. And then he gets really frustrated, starts crying, because it's a duel for the ownership of his slave because he has the slave girl, and they say, "Oh, you have a slave. You're a scumbag. Why'd you force this young girl to fight?"
All right.
And she's obviously
a slave. Still not filling in the moral high ground for this guy.
She was the reason he bought the slave.
Yeah, I know. We've heard the backstory, but it still doesn't. She's still a slave, though. He could have just bought her and freed her.
She was his. He brought her back to health, and then she actively follows him, and she says, "I follow him. I follow him of my own volition. You know, I want to fight for him. Blah 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 blah."
Could have freed her.
He could have freed her, and she does get freed in this one. Because that's the whole point. She goes, "No, don't take my slave crest. I want to keep it. I want to be his slave." Still.
Yeah, I think that's Stockholm syndrome. It's not. It doesn't make him mad.
Whatever Woody Allen did, it's that.
She's like, "No, don't do it. You don't understand." He loses, therefore they forcibly remove the slave crest. She then tells them they're wishheads, and they go back to the slaver, and he puts it back on her because she insists to have it back on. He says, "Why?"
Not a good moral. Not a good moral.
He says, "Why do you want it on? You don't have to have the slave crest." And she says, "Well, it's like a tattoo and a symbol of our bond."
Then get a tat fucking too.
It is.
If she knows about tattoos, there must be a tattooist in the artist.
She doesn't say tattoo.
No,
that was
tattoos are like one of the earliest human technologies. We just used
I'm sure there's tattoos
bean sprouts
in
and
the
a pointy stick back in the day. It would be fine.
But yeah, so she basically just whatever. It rendered the whole thing pointless, other than just to get this. But one thing is that the sword and bow, the other two heroes, stand up for him in a way. They say, "Well, that was bullshit. Like, she did definitely cheat. She absolutely cheated. I don't know what's going on here." So they're starting to like sort of stand up because they're also not from the world. So where the spear hero is all in it. The problem is now it's starting because that bit's sort of wearing out. They've fought the first wave and he saved a village, so now these villagers really like him, and now he's just a hero to these
he's
people.
He's still a legendary hero.
Yeah,
you'd think the bar for hating him would be pretty high.
So like they're like, "Oh, we don't believe these things anymore. He must be really nice. He's a good guy." So now it's sort of just slipping into that sort of, by the numbers kind of week to week episodes of isekai, kind of from another world. He's helping a town. He's going to have a race against these people. He's found a monster chicken which turns into a half bird lowly creature at the end of the episode. So I don't know where that's going to go. But it looks like he's going to get an all-female party of a harem, potentially.
I mean, I could have told you that from the poster.
I just wish
I didn't like that.
For this being, like, parallel to Goblin Slayer as the dark version of an isekai, things don't get bad enough for him, and he doesn't go, like, desperate enough that, like, "Oh, I'm getting a slave because it's morally complex." It's I'm buying a waifu.
Yeah.
"I'm keeping this tattoo as a sign of our love." But the tattoo just says prison bitch in big letters across her forehead.
I think it just means that the genre has some room to grow.
Because that was the thing when he first started. The reason he bought a slave, he bought her to cure her because she was cheap, but he did, he fully admits to her. He says, "Yeah, no, I bought you to fight for me. Like, I just bought you to fight, that's all." And I was like, fair enough. He's in a world where no one cares about him. That's sort of, you get the thought process. You go, whoa, that's pretty fucked up. But you know what? He's in this world. Like you said, it goes to a dark place. Whereas now it's like, oh no, he wants to treat her like a daughter. And in this last episode,
like kinkier the farther you explain this. Well, she was sick, so he got
marry everyone in his party in the end. I've read
Does
that
he?
spoiler.
Oh no!
Actual harem, yes.
Oh,
fuck! It's just getting worse. The more you talk,
because I was holding on to it because the first 4 episodes the first 2 she was a young character, but because the more she levels up, she's demi-human, the more she becomes a typical anime waifu with
the more she becomes a
big tits,
big-titted anime waifu. It's not every word out of your mouth makes it sound.
So then
makes them sound more morally reprehensible.
Yeah, first 4 episodes there was no.
She's legal.
in
Don't
episode
think
4,
about it.
Up until the end of episode 4, there was no, like, kind of romantic connotations. There's no any kind of anything like that. Whereas in episode 5, she's blushing a little bit, being around him, talking about how close they are, all that kind of stuff. So now she's starting to develop romantic feelings for him. He hasn't said anything yet, but from the sounds of it then, that's the way it's gonna go. I'm a bit thingy about that. I wanted him to remain, focused on... Maybe I should just watch Overlord. Maybe that's what I should do.
Maybe.
We'll keep it up, though. For the moment, like I say, it's okay.
Konosuba.
I did watch a little bit of Konosuba. If I want to judge an anime, I'll pick a random episode.
No, watch from the start. It's better.
Well, I watch an episode and see what the tone and the gags and everything are. So I did it for Konosuba, and I watched, like, episode 9 or 10, which happens to be where they went to some kind of dominatrix shop or a succubus or something.
Yeah, that's a weird one to start on.
Yeah.
Have you ever watched Archer?
Yes.
It's the fantasy version of that.
Oh, okay.
Everyone is, like, weirdly competent at one thing, and sometimes they can get their shit together and be awesome. But they're too busy backstabbing the people they genuinely love and being petty to do anything. It's great.
Okay, I'll have to give that one a go. The only other one, I did the same thing for that Kaguya-sama one. Or at least I watched the last 5 or 10 minutes of the latest episode that it came out with. It's like whether in a student council, I don't really know. It's popular. I know it's popular with everyone, but I checked that out, and I might pick that one up because the last few minutes was essentially they were in the student council and they had to organize an impromptu party for French exchange students. So everyone's looking to the student council member as like, oh my God, he's organized it. He's going to know French. He's so fluent. But he doesn't know anything. And he's thinking, oh, it's okay. I've glanced over the handbook, so it'll be fine. I know some rudimentary phrases. Let's put these motherfuckers to shame. So he introduces himself. And then everyone else is a fluent French speaker for some reason or another. Like one is like, oh, my mum's a fluent diplomat and all this kind of shit. So apparently the professor, the headmaster, is trying to test him. So he sends in this girl, a French girl, who just insults him in French. But because he doesn't know what she's saying, he's just nodding along, going oui. And she doesn't, because the whole point is she's supposed to be breaking him down, but he doesn't know what the fuck she's saying. So they're all amazed at how easy you can handle the pressure, and no one knows what he's saying. So it's quite a funny gag. Probably less funny with me explaining it there, but I might give it a go. If it's just dumb gags like that, because I'm missing a comedy show. Dororo, Boogie Pop. There's not much levity in them.
I mean, Ueno is out there, man.
Yeah, maybe I'll have to, because I like a little bit of comedy to mix everything up.
I said it goes real fast when you're watching it. Basically 5-minute segments.
Yeah, I'll have to have a gander. That is everything for me from what I've watched.
All right. So I was going to suggest, if we don't want to do the full segment, since we've been on here a while, do we just want to do our tops from 18?
Okay.
Top show we watched, what we
tops.
think is if there had to be a number one for 18, ignoring whatever the fuck Crunchyroll's saying.
Fuck Crunchyroll.
What's our tops? Personal.
Oh, my power top. Oh, let me tell you, it's got to be the guy from. It's got to be the dude from Golden Kamuy.
Different kind of top. Different kind of top. Let's back up.
Broly is real strong.
I'd be right behind him if you know what I mean.
If he knew what he was doing.
Oh, I don't mind a little bit of an experience, Broly. Why don't you? You got all the time in the hyperbolic time chamber to find out. Yeah, okay. Let's have a look then. I am going to break mine down per season.
All right, we can do the first season if we want to. Although I'm looking back at the winter season right now, and the only show I remember watching off this motherfucker is Darling in the Franxx, and I'm not down with that.
Okay, winter season, I'm going to say, was probably the clear winner out of all of these for me. Well, maybe not, I don't know. It's definitely the one I watched the most out of. So, Junji Ito's collection was okay, but I dropped most of it after the 4th episode, I think.
Oh, Lord, that was a year ago, wasn't it?
Yeah. Citrus. I watched 6 episodes of that. Pop Team Epic was winter. That was always a good one.
It?
Definitely watch Pop Team Epic. Yep, winter 2018.
Oh shit!
This is why I've got the list up, because
we're back to the second half of Garou here.
Oh shit! There it is. Yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah,
this is what I mean.
Epic, definitely for this winter of 18. Can you beat Pop Team Epic?
Easily, yes. It's Devilman. Have any of you fuckers watched Devilman yet?
I'll be honest, I haven't watched Devilman. It's been in my Netflix queue. Of what I watched. I know Devilman's good. It's in my queue. It's literally the next thing I need to do. I'm
watching Baki instead, okay?
I'm so behind on Netflix. I'm sorry.
I've only got one Netflix anime on the go, and it's Baki. I'm sorry. But I need to binge the rest of that, actually. Pop Team Epic, Kokoku, and Hakata Tonkatsu Ramens I watched were okay. Looking back on them now, I wouldn't recommend them. They were just seasonal shows, I guess. Pop Team Epic wins for winter season for me. There's nothing else, really. Spring season, you had Megalobox came out and then.
Yeah, Megalobox. Spring season, it's hard for me to say, because Megalobox was amazing. It was just wonderful, self-contained story. But Golden Kamuy also came out that season.
Yeah, I was going to say, Golden Kamuy's a real
Golden
heavy
Kamuy
hitter for that.
And, I know everyone else, but Galactic Heroes was also out. Spring season was really good on me, basically.
My Hero Season 3 came out then, and Hinamatsuri. I really enjoyed Hinamatsuri. Yeah. I forgot about that, until I was looking back at this, and I was like, fuck, I really enjoyed that show. It was just some good shears.
I need to actually go back and finish Hisone to Masotan, the dragon flying girl.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I remember, because I had a brief, text back and forth with your brother, and we both had that weird, is this 4? Because tone-wise, it's Studio Ghibli presents Stargate SG-1 and How to Train Your Dragon mashed together.
Yeah.
Which is a real weird feeling. It's not a comfortable... It's the comfiest, gross show you'd ever want to watch. I'm cuddling with my puppy, and then she throws up on the floor, and you don't know how to feel about that. You love that dog. That's gross.
That's a great way of describing anything.
Anywho, Devilman is still the best.
Yeah. What else in spring? Yeah, that was spring season. Pretty strong.
Yeah, I have to give spring season to Megalobox just because Golden Kamuy's good. It's still going, though. So, if you had to condense the season, it's got to be Megalobox.
It came up in the fall as well, so you can have Golden Kamuy for the fall.
Yeah, I don't want to repeat.
But summer, again, for me anyway, it seemed a bit weaker for what I actually kept up with. What did I complete? Did I complete anything? Attack on Titan and Chio's School Road. Apparently the only things I completed from summer.
Summer was real good. Because, summer had Attack on Titan. For me, it also had Cells at Work and Planet With and Chio's School Road.
Yeah.
I love Planet With. That show was great.
Backstreet Girls it had. I was super disappointed in that. Oh, it seemed so funny. The premise was so good. They were Yakuza who had a sex change to become idols.
Now, I'm going to argue that the premise wasn't actually that good. I think we talked about this show long before it was an actual show.
If I had to pitch a show to you and said, right.
It always sounded it was going to go stupid real fast, and not the good kind of stupid.
I wanted it stupid. It was mainly just the animation. It was done with a budget of, I don't know.
Of a potato.
Half of Handshakers. So... Ugh. Didn't do good, unfortunately.
The only show that fell flat for me was Engel Moe's, the one with about the Mongol invasion, which was just... It didn't have any soul.
Yeah, it's one of them things that you just watch and go, yep, there you go, that's a show. That's something someone's made. It's competent. Yeah, same with Angels of Death. I watched it and I didn't finish it. It was okay. Especially because it was 25 episodes long. For that shit.
There's a lot of stuff in here that I'm definitely going to read the Wikipedia page to see how it finished, but
no interest in checking it.
Planet With was just not something I was excited enough to actually go back. I fell off of anime during the summer. That was a great time to go back and watch old stuff I missed.
Yeah. I think we all have to have that little break. Speaking of falling off of anime, fall season comes around. My God. I did not complete a single show.
I mean, JoJo came out. I did enjoy Gridman quite a bit.
Gridman.
But, yeah, those were like the two good ones from this season. Well, I take that back. Hana-san came out.
Yeah.
Hana-san was wonderful, but
good.
It's not like...
It's not
Double Decker was also
recommend.
good. I liked a bunch of shows, but like, if I had to pick like one to like, if I had to like cut the rest out of the world forever, I'd have to keep Honda-san, wouldn't I?
Mm-hmm.
So good.
Yeah,
it's about a skeleton who works at a fucking bookstore.
Goblin Slayer was alright. Like I say, it was okay. But again, seasonal show, you wouldn't I wouldn't say to someone, go back and watch it.
Yeah.
Even if you were to discover the controversy of it, it's not worth it. Like, there's nothing to it. It's not a show of
like,
substance or anything.
Double Decker is great if you like Tiger and Bunny, but if you didn't like Tiger and Bunny the first time around, you're not going to like Double Decker.
I might go back and try to catch up on the time I was reincarnated as a slime.
Yeah.
Because I did enjoy what I saw.
Yeah, that's still going, so...
Maybe I'll binge through it. I don't know, because I think that's what put me off, because I got a few episodes behind and I was like, do I enjoy it enough to sit here and watch through like, an hour and a half, 2 hours of shows? Which isn't much, I know, but...
So I really liked Bunny Girl Senpai. That's probably my pick for the season. Squidman.
Squidman was good. Did you finish all of Squidman?
I did.
What did you think? Because we didn't really get to talk about this.
I was very satisfied with it, but the way it was building up, I kind of expected it to be a 24-episode show with that, like, trigger midway point plot escalation.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. They had a weird sort of, midpoint plot escalation, but it didn't feel like it
one
got
episode where the other kaiju girl showed up.
Yeah,
and kind of said, hey, it's so much bigger than you think. I was expecting things to go off the rails around episode 12 and almost shift genre. Kind of like how Gurren Lagann went from fighting in the desert to it's Space Wars.
Yeah.
Or, like, Satsuki basically figures out everything she wanted to in, like, a third of the way into Kill la Kill, and then it becomes resist the cloth people.
Yeah, like that's why I
never
almost
had that. It was itself to the end, and
which is why I almost expect like a second season at some point, because they established a lot of shit that didn't go anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Especially with I keep thinking of her as Frog Girl, because she had like a very green complexion, big mouth thing going on. The other kaiju girl, and like clearly. Auntie woke up with her at the end of it, so there feels like there's another show hiding in there somewhere. But it was a show where you really felt like you needed to have a lot of background on this like genre first,
not
to appreciate it as fully as you maybe
necessarily.
I mean, not necessarily, but I think there's definitely some things you missed if you weren't a little more versed in the genre.
Like the callback to who Turtle Kaiju Girl was at the end was clearly an Ultraman or, Gridman callback, but
like at the end, Gridman
was
goes clearly like
a love letter to the genre.
Yeah,
that I don't need them to explain anything. I was just kind of getting giddy for the build up to a bonkers going off the rail thing that Trigger does, and it was just a really good version of that. Live action with anime, so they can go a bit crazier and not have to worry about money.
Yeah, and that's what I feel is. I feel like there's places it could have gone that just didn't, and maybe skill could go given the chance.
Mm-hmm.
Like the ground is fertile, but whether or not they sow any seeds,
it wasn't as much of a kick in the dick as Kisniver was.
Oh, yeah.
But this was a really good trigger show.
It's a good trigger show. Solid trigger show. If you don't know if you like Trigger or not, maybe watch Gridman.
I'm thinking Promare is going to be the taste of what that is when it finally hits.
Maybe.
Of wacky firefighter Kamina. But also, I should probably watch Zombieland Saga. I've heard nothing but positive things.
It was all right from the first 5 episodes I think I watched until I fell off a cliff. The 4th one was a bit of a dip in quality. I remember really enjoying the humor of the first 3 because they were just batshit insane.
I mean, no show's a 10 out of 10.
Nah.
But yeah, I have heard. I basically heard nothing but good things about Zombieland, even though there's been a little detraction. But it's basically a real solid idol show with zombies, and girls, and it's funny. Mostly, it's funny.
I liked the that was the thing. I guess it was coming in. It was the idol elements, the idol show elements that came into it that I was like, oh, don't do this. Focus on the other stuff that you've been doing, which was really fun and stupid. Do you have a manager who's resurrected you for the sake of becoming an idol for a small town in Japan?
What I really like is it's purposely set that the main character is a high school girl who's killed in 2008, which is when I was in high school.
And then she was resurrected. And he's like, maybe it's the voice actor as well. He's just he's really good for the manager. He's just, no point does he talk. He just shouts at them. And there's like
clips that I've heard of shouting. The English version of that guy are also pretty spot on.
I'd be interested to check out because the Japanese Seiyu does a really good job. He's really funny because he's just trying to explain shit to them and like, what the fuck are we doing? And he's like, come on, no, it'll be fine, let's go. It's good. Good shizzle.
Being like, this is the first time, and I don't watch a lot of idol stuff. I default to Manimal, but this is the first time that we've actually had the producer son being just a scuzzy scumbag character, and playing into that makes it feel a lot more, like, honest.
Yeah. Better than the guy from whatever the fuck show we saw in the summer. Girls something or another, where he just couldn't, stare at anything directly. His head both of his eyes were wandering.
I don't even know what it was called.
It was bad.
Was it, like, Music Girls? It was something really
it was like the most on-the-nose title you've ever heard in your life.
It's another one of those based on a mobile games that was already dead.
One show I'm going to mention that I know I missed was Asobase from the summer. I need to watch that because I've seen clips that look fucking hilarious. I just did not get into watching it.
Where are you?
Yeah, I'd say give Zombieland.
Trying to find it too. Wait, there's the Japanese name. Ongaku Shoujo. Those are definitely the boringest looking girls I've seen in my life. Music Girls. It's called Music Girls.
Yeah.
She can sing, but she can't dance, or she can dance, but she can't sing. I don't fucking remember. Doesn't matter. There's the one with the glasses that seem to be both on top of and behind her hair at all times. Doesn't make any sense.
I'm having really weird flashbacks.
It was a strange summer morning in Kansas City.
Yes, it was.
I was laughing. I've seen the tweet from Zach Birchie, the guy who big shot at A&N. Disclaimer. Anyone who uses the phrase SJW as a gigantic fascist-leaning piece of shit who's manufactured fake outrage should be dismissed and ignored as bullshit recruitment tactics. It's all a bunch of bad faith culture war trash.
What the fuck are you talking? Who do you follow on?
He is the man who runs Anime News Network. He's big shot over there. Your job is anime. Chill out.
Big shot on the Anime News Network.
Well, this is what I mean. Well, no, obviously that's the thing. You're not in politics.
But they desperately want to be.
Apparently, I feel like you're just butthurt about the fact that no girls will touch your penis.
Oh!
Well, they respect women so much, it's bound to happen.
I know, right?
Isn't Zach
Until he's arrested for sexual assault or, anything else that these noted women respecters tend to get locked up for.
Isn't,
Noted lover of women.
No, never mind.
Tells her that she's a whore.
Noted male feminist. Reset the clock.
Oh god, yeah. There's a lot of implosions. Like, what's his face? He was a games journalist. Ian Miles Chung. That guy's fucking batshit insane from the things that have been going on.
It turns out, as you give random people on the internet like a platform, they tend to express some crazy shit because they're not you don't validate their credentials.
Oh man, that shit's fun to watch. I don't know, it's like, the internet is crazy. Let's just say that. We'll leave it at that.
It's a wet and wild place.
It's a crazy, crazy place, guys. But speaking of the internet, we've overstayed a welcome.
No, we haven't. We're still good on the internet. Our money's still good there, but it's been a long episode. We should go. But you know what, guys?
No one pays attention to us.
Nobody does. But also, what? We did a topic. We're on our way. We did talk about it.
We need another one for next week. That's the only thing. We'll think of one. It's okay. It's Valentine's Day. Let's do romance anime. We won't, but we'll say it anyway.
Bunny Girl. I guess that applies. I'm just going to keep saying it.
We can talk about romance and shows. We're doing it. We're going to commit. Next week, romance and shows. You hear me?
Did you know that Goku has never kissed his wife? They got 2 kids.
But Goku has definitely had sex, at least, which is I don't know, maybe.
I think that was a point in Super. Literally, it was a scene in Super where Goku's like, "What? You touch your mouths together? That's weird." And Vegeta's like, "You have children. What the fuck, man?"
He's like, "What did you think when you stuck your dick in someone?" Yeah. No, wasn't it around this time last year that we read some Dragon Ball Z fan fictions that have scarred me mentally for life?
Yes, we did. And let's
about the incredible power of a Saiyan's penis. But on that note, let's say good night to everyone. Manimal's gone, so I'm going to have to come up with an outro song. I'll find one. This is an outro song that I've come up with. Enjoy, everyone. Does anyone have any words before we go?
The Toonie knows.
God bless America.
Wait a second.
Of the free.
Those are not the words.
So you've just reminded me because the Toonie Chronicles is gone.
It's gone.
Manimal ended it. So shall we do
our
own?
What?
Well, he was only going to the end of the year, but obviously we took a break at the end of the year, so he hasn't started a new thing. Yeah, shall we end it now for him?
God, no. This has to end like the Canterbury Tales, where the world's greatest piece of literature was cut short in its prime, and we have to live with that and keep living.
Sorry, everyone. No,
In 1,000 years, English professors will be regretting the lack that he just couldn't get that last episode done.
I can't believe the author of this beautiful piece died. No, I just kind of gave up. Year ended.
He's gonna be experiencing Satan-like qualities from future English professors, and we're all gonna be vilified as the terrible people who made him stop.
Yeah, we didn't. Cool. We only supported the Toonie Chronicles. Like, we genuinely sat through the Toonie Chronicles
every time. Year. It's not like he recorded this afterwards and posted it up for your enjoyment. We were here for the entire moment. If you remember to listen to the early episodes, we were making masturbation noises with our cheekbones. Because that's all we thought it was. It was just Manimal making text masturbation. But it turns out it's not that.
It's actually a novel that he went with. It was basically a deep dive in his psyche. But anyway, we're going to leave now anyway, guys. We might have some news for you next week regarding the show, so enjoy. Sorry this was a day late as well. I'm pretty much going to upload this as soon as we get off the air, so it's fresh as can be. But yeah, other than that, enjoy, guys. Enjoy the song. Till next time. Thanks for joining us again there. It's been appreciated. You're going to be on more shows this year, definitely.
I sure
I've just committed your schedule there. We're going to. It's going to happen.
I'm just going to start posting my work schedules as they come out to Skype and let you guys figure it out.
That
probably
would be
a good
useful.
plan.
We're going to have an Excel doc with everyone's work schedules. It's going to be brilliant.
And not just have a Skype call midway through a shift every week and me going, God damn it, not again.
Just running through the aisles trying to avoid anyone else. So yeah, I thought Bad Surrey was real good. Like, sorry, I gotta run. There's nobody in hardware right now. I think it will be safe.
Sir, I have a question about screwdrivers. Look, man, I have to make Kingdom Hearts 3 jokes right now. They need to know how dumb Xehanorts are.
So there was 13 Xehanorts, or there will be. Bye, everyone. Take care. Bye. 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 Bye.
Here's a quick 16, just to document this misfit's dream. To be the best, to the thought that I would spit this mean. My city sound asleep, but I'm about to flip this scene. On his head, MCs are dropping dead, you about to see a lot of red. Man, I had to borrow back, steal until I could even get for them to hear the skill. No, I've been here for a decade and I'm the realest still. I feel I'm destined to make it and best believe I will. Till then, I'll get on this mic and just let my demons spill. Mentality is unbalanced, I think I need a pill. Believe it's ill, surprised that I'm even breathing still. But I ain't leaving till I get my Adidas deal. And a couple platinum plaques on my wall. I've been away for a minute, I'm coming back for it all. Underdog, love the odds, run my back's to the wall. My pen is empty, clip is falling, about to clap at you all. Blow. Yo, I brought a couple of friends with me. Trademark blood. Hey!
Told City to telly, bro, give me a Henny. I roll this thinking of broke lift, skids and a penny. Some of the kids are too jelly, man, they're sick and they're smelly. Bar snap bras, both tits stick to the belly. Dip to the end to link a good friend. It's all love, roll up the ping and grab a pen. Just to recommend simplistic strategies of avoiding the pen or not going back again. Achieving dreams have been proved, but in my dreams I can't move. And when I wake up from the drama, I open one eye and make the alarm snooze. Cause getting into trouble is my weaponry, but getting out of trouble is my specialty. Man wanna take the spot but they will never be, just because there's always someone else standing next to me.
Philosopher, OC, better world. I write a verse and a storm comes. I'm fucking awesome. I had the foursome with your mum and your mum and your mum. I've said too much, but if anybody else, I never saw them. You probably got an allergy to gluten. See me shooting on a horse like I'm putin'. Drinking beers, rolling zoos, smoking Cubans. Or on the bench looking hench like I'm juicing. Getting over to the fat lady swallows. I'm on my own, I don't follow who you follow. You bring your money for some money you can borrow. I'm working out today so I can benefit tomorrow. I'm polite as fuck. I'm so lit, I lit the lightning up. I ain't even scared to grip a line up. The fuck?